Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Moments. Today we have something not just surprising, but something that truly shook the entire fandom. Get ready, because Jimin and Jungkook are once again capturing the world's attention. Not through the stage, not through music, and not through a sudden midnight live that gives everyone a heart attack, but through their appearance in ELLE magazine, which looked so perfect that many people thought it was AI. But no, it was all real. Every glance, every smile, every tiny moment that felt too beautiful to be a coincidence, it was all them. And today, we're going to talk about their exclusive photo shoot, the warm video ELLE released, and all the moments from their AMA session that sent the entire fandom into chaos because of chemistry that is, well, you know exactly what I mean. Prepare yourselves, because this story is filled with soft laughs, sweet teasing, honest answers, and a connection that feels so natural it's hard not to be touched by it. Jimin and Jungkook once again shook the world, not through music, not through a stage, and not through a sudden midnight live, but through their appearance in ELLE magazine. The exclusive photo shoot and warm video release this time are part of the celebration for the launch of the second season of their travel show. Are you sure? Their participation in the photo shoot felt like an unexpected gift for fans. The pictures were so stunning that many people initially thought the results were AI generated. Everything looked too perfect. The lighting that framed their faces just right, the natural expressions that made them look effortlessly beautiful, and the closeness that seemed inseparable. But it was all real. Every smile, every glance, every detail truly existed. Interestingly, behind those beautiful visuals, the two once again showed the unique connection that only they have. A chemistry that's hard to explain but always feels strong. The session began with Jimin greeting ELLE's audience with a calming smile. Jungkook then introduced himself, calm, a little shy, but still radiating his usual charm. They explained that this session was an Ask Me Anything segment, and then the first question began. Question 1. What score would you give each other as travel partners? Jungkook gave Jimin a score of 95. Jimin immediately teased, "Is it because I was born in 1995? Jungkook quickly denied it. In his opinion, Jimin is almost perfect as a travel partner. He just took off 5 points for no particular reason. Jimin laughed and called Jungkook smart because the answer sounded so calculated. Then it was Jimin's turn. He gave Jungkook 94. Jungkook was shocked. Why? Jimin casually said, "There's just one thing about you I don't like." Jungkook mimicked him in a playful tone. "So the reason is just because you don't like me?" Their little interaction made both of them laugh, while fans melted at how naturally close they were. Question 2. When did you ask yourself, "Are you sure about this?" Jimin mentioned two memorable moments. When Jungkook cooked a lot of food for him. Everything was so delicious that Jimin wondered if it was too much. Jungkook simply smiled. During the extreme moment in Switzerland, Jimin wanted to go to a certain beautiful spot, but fear took over once they got there. Jungkook confidently jumped first, which made Jimin question again, "Is this really okay?" Jungkook then added that while paragliding, he felt like he wasn't in reality and wondered whether everything was actually safe. Jimin reminded him that the question was about someone else, not himself. Jungkook replied, "I mean you, Young." Then it was Jungkook's turn to answer. He said he felt unsure when he looked at Jimin from the hill before takeoff. Even from afar, he watched Jimin closely, as if making sure Jimin was truly ready and safe. The way Jungkook said it was so sincere and natural that fans felt they were witnessing something deeper than just a paragliding moment. Jimin then mentioned he wanted to return to that beautiful photo shoot location, showing how much he enjoyed the trip. Meanwhile, Jungkook, in his innocent way, admitted he was scared to travel alone. He even asked whether, normal, people really travel for a whole month. Jimin simply smiled and nodded. This moment caused many fans to misunderstand and think Jungkook was inviting Jimin on a month-long trip. It wasn't the case, but the way they interacted made it sound like a conversation between two people completely in sync. Next question, what was the most touching place? Jimin immediately answered, Switzerland. He was mesmerized from the moment he stepped foot there. The way he described Switzerland made it sound not just beautiful, but peaceful and special. Jungkook praised Jimin's answer with a sweet expression that made many viewers smile unconsciously. Where do they want to go next? Jimin mentioned Zermatt in winter and Malta. Jungkook added, Sapporo too, in a tone that sounded like he was hoping Jimin would agree. Their expressions here felt soft, filled with thoughts of possible future travels together. Soon after, ELLE released new photos on Weverse and in their photo book. The photos were full of Jikook energy, smiles, glances, and small gestures that are so distinctly theirs. No wonder Jungkook once said that Jimin is perfect. That line always feels present in every interaction they have. Next question, what's your self-reward after working hard? Jungkook quickly answered, a hot bath. Jimin agreed, that was his answer too. Jungkook said that after bathing, all he needed was to dry his hair, sit back, and turn on the TV. Jimin added that a cold beer is the perfect finishing touch. He even remembered his childhood, watching Shinchan's dad come home from work, take a bath, and drink beer. Now I understand, he said with a laugh. Sleeping issues? Both of them often have trouble sleeping. Jimin guessed, you must be on your phone, and Jungkook admitted it. As for Jimin, he rolls around until his body relaxes. If Jungkook can't sleep, he gets up and turns on the computer or TV. Jimin ended the topic wisely. If your body really can't sleep, forcing it only creates stress. Jimin often binge eats after dieting for a long time. Jungkook laughed because he knows exactly what that feels like. They also discussed home-cooked food, enough sleep, and staying hydrated as the keys to good health. Jimin plans to regularly visit a dermatologist, while Jungkook emphasized the importance of maintaining a skincare routine at home. Jungkook wants to keep learning, singing, dancing, music, languages. Jimin wants to improve his singing and focus on developing himself without setting any major goals. At the end of the interview, Jimin expressed his gratitude for being able to greet fans again after finishing his military service. Jungkook added that they're working hard on preparing a new album and hope everyone will look forward to it. They ended the session by introducing themselves once more. We are Jimin and Jungkook. And with sincere smiles, they said, see you again. These were the series of Jimin and Jungkook's moments in ELLE, from their playful teasing about travel scores, honest confessions during paragliding, to simple stories about hot baths and beer after a long day. Everything felt close. And as always, their chemistry never fails to make us wonder, how can two people connect that deeply? With the release of the second season of Are You Sure?, stunning photo shoots, and a new album in the works, one thing becomes clearer than ever. Jikook always comes back with something bigger, warmer, and more breathtaking than before. Thank you for watching Jikook Moments. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you won't miss the next analysis and sweet moments. See you in the next video, and just like they said, we are Jimin and Jungkook. See you again.